PodcastHero.com.
Welcome to the Daily Quote, the podcast designed to kickstart your day in a positive way. I'm your host, Andrew McGivern, and this episode is brought to you by the Great News Podcast. And yes, you should listen, because good news should be heard, and the link is right here in the show notes. Today's quote comes from Carl Jung, Swiss psychiatrist, founder of analytical psychology and one of the most profound explorers of the human mind in the history of science. The man who gave us the concepts of introversion and extroversion, archetypes, and the collective unconscious. And perhaps, most powerfully, the shadow. From his work Aion, he wrote, "No tree, it is said, can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell." Picture a tree, not a small one, the kind of tree that towers, ancient, unmovable, the kind whose canopy spreads wide enough to shelter everything beneath it. Now ask yourself, how does it get that tall? Not by growing only upward. A tree of that height requires roots of equal depth. The taller it reaches toward the light, the further its roots must travel into the dark, into the cold, the wet, the unseen underground where nothing is clean or comfortable. The roots don't reach the light. They never will. But without them, there is no height. The tree that refuses to root itself in darkness doesn't grow tall. It topples. Jung spent his entire career mapping the underground. He called it the shadow, the repository for everything we deem unacceptable about ourselves. Not inherently evil, but composed of the traits, emotions, and instincts we suppress to fit into societal norms, family expectations, and our own ideal self-image. The fear we deny, the anger we perform out of, the grief we never fully grieve, the parts of our history we've decided are too dark to acknowledge as our own. Ignoring this part of ourselves doesn't make it go away. It simply grows stronger in the dark, influencing our behavior in unconscious ways. The unacknowledged fear doesn't disappear. It quietly shapes every decision made in its presence. The grief that was never processed doesn't heal. It surfaces sideways in reactions that seem disproportionate, in patterns that repeat without explanation. Jung broke with Freud over a single conviction. The unconscious is not just a warehouse of repressed pain. It holds your untapped potential. That's the radical heart of this quote. The hell is not something to be escaped. It's something to be rooted in. The darkness isn't the enemy of your growth. It's the precondition for it. The goal of integrating the shadow is not to get rid of the dark parts of yourself, but to become aware of, accept, and embrace them, to reclaim the energy that was spent repressing them. Every person who has ever done something genuinely remarkable, built something real, loved deeply, or created work that lasts, has roots in difficult ground. The loss that taught them what mattered, the failure that stripped away the superficial, the darkness that forced them to find what was true underneath. The heaven they reached was only possible because of how deep the hell went. So here's the question. What dark ground are you refusing to root yourself in? What difficulty? What shadow? What part of your own history is there that might be the very thing your growth is waiting for? Because Jung is not asking you to live in the hell. He's asking you to root yourself there, to let the difficult, the uncomfortable, the unacknowledged parts of your experience become the foundation rather than some secret. The tree that reaches heaven earned it in the dark. Go deeper. That's where the height comes from. That's it for today. I'm Andrew McGivern signing off for now. But I'll be back tomorrow. Same pod time, same pod station, with another daily quote.